In 2005, I started to join a different prop firm. I started as a prop trader, then I moved to brokerage.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Guiliano. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me to this interview with the FundedNext.
It has always been a pleasure. So before we start today's interview, could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Of course. So my name is Guiliano Decorato. I'm a full-time trader. Mm-hmm. I have actually quite a long experience in the financial markets. Mm-hmm. So I started in the UK, in London, in the city, in 2005. Then, after completing my master's degree in Milan, I moved to London. Mm-hmm. Then I started my career as a trader. At the beginning, I was working in a prop firm actually for a couple of years, and I was doing interest rates and bonds in futures. All right. So I was, I was involved in futures. Then after I moved to brokerage. So I used to work in a top-tier brokerage firm in London for a few years. Then in 2015, I decided to move to Dubai. So from London to Dubai. Then I was involved in asset management, and then after I decided to open my own company. Mm-hmm. And I decided to trade my own capital, and on top of that, I have some, of course, client I advise, but not really strong. And then basically, after COVID, after the period of COVID, mm-hmm. I started to join a different prop firm, mm-hmm. and one of the first I joined was FundedNext. So I consider FundedNext, one of the top prop firm in terms of risk management, mm-hmm. and customer service. All right. That's really great to hear. So currently, I have quite a lot of experience. That's one.
Yeah. All right. This actually means a lot coming from a veteran like you, someone who has been in the market since 2005. So that's a very big thing. All right. Now moving on. As you're a part-time, full-time trader right now, so what are the pairs or instruments that you're trading?
Okay, so at the moment I'm focused on different pairs, mm-hmm. Because most of the traders they're focused on the major, like major currencies. Mm-hmm. But I'm focused on the New Zealand and Australian mainly. Mm-hmm. So this is my main currency I'm trading with, and I explain you the reason why. Because most of the currencies, especially the major like Euro, Dollar, GBP, US Yen, mm-hmm. they are moving. Directional, so you trade a trend following strategy. But on these pairs, they are very more volatile than usual. So sometimes the market is really moving quite a lot. I take advantage of the probability of the volatility. Mm-hmm. So I trade, basically I consider some parameters like volatility, Bollinger Bands, mm-hmm. And RSI, I keep a different filter for my strategy. Then when the market is reaching like highs and lows during the short term, I take the opposite position of the market, because sometimes the market it goes really to the top or really good level. Mm-hmm. So I follow these Bollinger Bands and on these indicators, and then basically they tell me, when I need to short, when I need to, go longer. I take only few positions. I don't trade many times. I trade only a few times a day. Sometimes I leave the position for less than a week, mm-hmm. Maximum like 5 days, and I close it. So, and on the long term, it's working really successfully. I'm trading this on my own accounts, and also I'm trading with the prop firm. Yes, so this is I'm running this for a long time. I joined FundedNext, especially on the program on the Express account. Mm-hmm. I will tell you the reason, because I was trading with FTMO. I passed the FTMO other prop firm, but I don't like to work under pressure, because for example, if you work on a challenge, mm-hmm. you have the timing, so you have the expiry, for example, after a few days. Then it's happened so many times that I'm very close to the target, like 109,000 or 108,000, and then something happened, I had the drawdown, and so that's why I keep this program with FundedNext. I found it very, very useful. in terms of risk management and my own money management, because I can manage the position successfully, and then I have more time in the market, and I trade basically with no rush. So at the moment I started full funding. So I got, I think, 400 at the beginning. Then I'm trading different different accounts, and so far I made around across the account 12-13% in a 6 months. So I'm gonna complete this phase very soon in order to get fully funded. So
all right.
I mean, so far I'm very happy about FundedNext.
All right. So as you have been in the market for a while now, so what actually made you interested to start your journey with prop firms?
Okay, the prop firm, when I started in 2006, I was really new to the market. So I started professionally. I mean, from the day one, I started working in the arcade in London, because I was looking for a job. But my main focus was trader and broker. So of course, trading, in my opinion, is the best way to start, because you have a full understanding of the market. Then it took me really a while to join and to work in this prop firm, because at that time I was very, very competitive in London. I mean, now you can do everything online. Before, you need to go for an interview, go to this prop firm, have this numerical test. I mean, it was really tough to enter. So it took me quite a long time to join, because for example, it's normal, even the language barrier, because I'm from Italy. So at the beginning, I have also the problem with the language, because you need to interact with all these American guys and British guys, and all of them, they used to work on the exchange. Most of them, they used to work on the pit trading, like in London and in Chicago. And for me, it was really great actually at the beginning. Then even to work in the trading floor with other guys, I feel really the pressure to work in this environment. So let's say prop firm, I started as a prop trader, then I moved to brokerage. Then at the end, I came back to my original dream. Then I decided to do it full time. And at the moment I'm managing my own accounts with the prop firm. Actually, FundedNext at the moment is one of the prop firm I have more capital allocation, because I have like a fully capital allocated to my accounts. At the moment I'm trading 3 accounts, like $300,000. Before I had another account, but FundedNext, I spoke with your guys. They told me I cannot trade more than 300K, for example, during the cycle of the trading. So
yeah,
at the moment, I have one account but it's on pause at the moment, but I'm trading 300K. So at the moment, so I hope, hopefully, in the few months I will get fully funded, and then will be really great, because then I can have a good return. Actually, I'm very focused on the risk management and money management. I will tell you why, because I don't want to make a really huge percentage in a month, and then, because of course, if you make a good return in a month, you can have also a big drawdown, and a big drawdown, it can really put you down in the terms of trading. So I try to make like usually 2%. In fact, during the payout process during this month, in the 300 account, I used to make around between the account $6,000 every month, and then of course you pay me the 15% at the moment. It is really great, because it make me like a feeling live, like a real account, and make money, and go through the funded account soon. So I think it's really good to start it with the capital, but make like a 1-2% consistent every month. And as you can see in my accounts, I always exceptional for 1 month that I went into drawdown, or I failed the news, because I think 1 month I broke the news, so I couldn't get the payout. But so far it was really great, because I was really consistent. So it gave me like more motivation to move forward. You know.
All right. So yeah, as you have been in the market for a while now, since 2005, and you have actually switched places and started gathering new experiences. So having all these words from your end, it's an absolute pleasure, I must say. So as you're in the market for a while, so I'm also curious to know about your trading strategy. So will it be okay for you to share the screen right now?
Yeah.
All right.
So this one is the one of the pairs I'm trading at the moment, you know, is the Australia New Zealand. So this is it gives me like a general view of what is going on to the market on the daily. So usually I start my strategy, look at where if the market is bearish or is bullish. So as you can see, there is a big swing during this this cycle. Then what I usually do, I take this one as a general, like a general analysis. Then I go deeply, and usually I do it with the 1 hour chart, for example. So if you can see 1 hour chart, let me zoom it a bit here. So can you see this one is the 1 hour chart?
Yeah.
So sometimes if there is like some basically indicator like RSI in this moment, can you see?
Yeah.
When you reach a really very high, value, then I take this one into consideration, and then I associate this one with using the Bollinger Bands.
All right.
So the Bollinger Bands usually, because at the moment I'm using another software, but I tell you briefly, just to give an idea. So when there is this Bollinger Bands is like moving average. They look around the market. So when basically the moving Bollinger Bands reach the extreme high or extreme lows, I take opposite position. So when I go around this level, basically I sell the currency. Then when it keeps going down, I take advantage of the reversal. So it's like a reversal system on the actual market. So instead to follow the market as a trend following, I take the opposite position against it. So the other currency I'm trading also is the dollar New Zealand Canadian. Can you see? Even this one is a bit different, but comparing to the other currency. But this one can be really aggressive. So when you kick the trend here, basically what I do, I take, for example, I go against the trend. So I sell it around this level, like here. Then when I I sell it, and I take advantage of the reversal, So I'm trading just different sides. I usually take 3 or 4, sides of the trades, and I split it. And then when it's going to, to reverse, I close the trade. Of course, sometimes I get stopped out. Then it's fine. I take the loss, and then I restart with another trade.
All right. So what's your average stop loss?
Average stop loss, usually I use, when I'm trading, I always target around 10-15 pips, the profit. So the stop loss, usually I do it around like 30-40 pips from the current price, So if the market is not reaching, for example, it keeps going up, I close the trade, and then I restart with the new cycle, basically. Because as you can see, the market is moving up and down. So most of this time, the market is exhausted. You arrive to a level that is really overbought, oversold. Then, taking this in consideration, I take this position to take advantage of the current market condition. That's what I usually do.
All right.
This one is this one basically gave me like a general, it's very useful because they gave me general view of the market. And for example, this pair I trade against the trend, So for example, when it's reaching like, this is 1 hour, but you can see when it's like a lower time frame, like 15 minutes, for example, you can see, that sometimes you reach some level when, when you break it, then at this time I take my profit, Let's say I sell it around here, around here, and then when it keeps going down, that I got the confirmation, I close my trade. So this is what I usually do,
All right. So if I have to summarize your strategy, in that case, you are mostly trading two pairs. That will be NZDCAD and AUDNZD, right?
Yeah. Usually I trade exactly this pair.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm trading the Australian New Zealand, the New Zealand CAD, and sometimes I trade Australian with the New Zealand. This is the pairs I'm currently trading. But as you can see, they are very, very volatile. It's nothing compared with the euro dollar. Because at the moment, euro dollar is trading in the range. You go to, it's a couple of months that it goes to 109, 110, 110, 109. So there are not many opportunities, to trade this market. And sometimes they're trading like in a channel, this like a major pair, like GBP. And especially when this pair, when they hit the trend, it's very difficult to come back. That's why my strategy is not applicable with the major currency,
So
It's
you
more,
are actually Bollinger Bands and RSI. These two things are actually helping you to actually get to the trend reversal. And when the price is actually going to the reversal position, then actually aligning all these things, you actually try to execute and close your positions, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It basically is a strategy. It's a counter trend strategy that associates volatility. Also is very important. So when you reach like a sort of a volatility, the market is very volatile, I enter in the position. Because sometimes it can be a fake signal, because the market is not volatile enough. It can, it can really go, like up and up and up, and, you finish to lose quite a lot of money. So this is the filter I'm using on my strategy. And it's like a mean reversion system.
So how did you actually discover this strategy? Because by the looks of it, it's really unique and it didn't come in one day.
No, the strategy actually is I developed during the previous years, because at the moment, at some moment I used to trade always trend following strategy, but then because I was trading so many currencies, then I prefer to target and to focus on the main one. And actually, this Australian, New Zealand, and this Canadian, they move quite a lot. So this strategy is really applicable to these pairs. This is what I found, particular. That is, in fact, is unique because everybody is trading euro dollar, GBP. You can see also in the volume of the FundedNext clients are trading the major pair. Because major pair, you can do it, in my opinion, medium long term, but sometimes they are affected by news badly, especially nowadays. In the last 6 months, there is like a Federal Reserve, like interest rate from the European Central Bank. And even if you have a very good strategy on technical analysis, sometimes it's really frustrated because you get hit like badly by the news. In fact, FundedNext, I'm trading the Express account. On the Express account, I have like a non-consistency, actually the non-consistency rule, So I need to basically make sure that I trade accordingly. So I cannot trade, for example, 20 lots and trade 1 lot. So this formula, it helped me very well to manage my strategy. So in fact, it's not a weak point. It's very good. Most of the traders, they consider a weak point, but in fact it's an advantage because at the end they go in the favor of the trader. And then even the news, because at the moment I work in Dubai, so sometimes there is like, for example, this morning there was the news about the New Zealand, some New Zealand news, like employment rate or, or other, or for example, the governor of the central banks is gonna make a speech. So during this time, I keep my position on, but I don't take profit and stop loss. I put it out because I don't want to get filled during the news. So it's a bit tricky because I need to manage my time, because the news on despair, they comes around 4 o'clock during the night. So I need to wake up call, I need to really get up and follow the market and go to sleep. Yeah, it's a bit, the location where I'm trading is not really friendly in terms of timing to trade these pairs. But I'm thinking to move to Asia maybe at the end of the year. Then I can manage well my time and my trading.
All right. So as you have been using using the Express model with us for a while now, how many payouts have you got?
Okay, at the moment, how many pairs I'm trading? You mean? Yeah, basically on the Express account, I'm trading the same strategy across the other accounts.
I'm sorry for interrupting. The question was, as you have been trading with FundedNext for a while now, how many payouts have you got? Have you got any payouts with FundedNext?
Sorry, any?
Like payouts in from FundedNext.
Sorry, payout. So the pairs. Yeah. No, I started the Express account. If I remember correctly, it was in August. So I started a couple of accounts. So I joined like 2 accounts under 1,000 each. Then immediately, after the first month, I got immediately the payout. And I can say, your customer service, they're really responding in time, and they're very quick, to pay out as a payout. So I set up an account with Dell, that is a provider for, to process the payment, and the payment was super quick. So from the day one, I immediately, withdraw the funds. So every month, I withdraw the funds since the beginning,
All right.
Now on the Express account, I have around 300K at the moment I'm trading.
Amazing.
2 of these accounts are already made 13%. 1 account I made 9%. Overall, I made around almost $40,000 on the. But can you see? I try to make consistent money every month rather than make a huge payout.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, most of the traders, they are focused on the return. I'm focused on the make money consistency.
Exactly.
Because at the beginning there is a motivation when you start trading, but if there is no consistency, you don't go anywhere. You end up, lose money, and then your mindset, will be damaged. So. Even the psychology is very important to my trading. It's taking, let's say, 80% of my focus. I'm focused on the psychology. For example, I all the time I put a target or have a vision when I trade. So I want to achieve, or I want to, I put some targets in place. So all the time I start to trade, with more confidence. And also, I do some meditation, it helped me a lot to focus. For example, the beginning of the trading session.
All right. All right. And actually, at the end of the day, I've interviewed a lot of traders, and this is actually one of the biggest problems with traders nowadays, because they actually run after those payouts, and they actually don't run after the consistency, rather than just some sort of skills to show off. So yeah, that's one of the traits that most of the traders need to get out from. I had 3 quick questions for you. First of all, what's your average risk-to-reward ratio in FundedNext? What's your average winning percentage? And what's the biggest profit you made in your FundedNext account?
Okay. So on basically the percentage of the, let's say, consistency in terms of risk management and profit, I made around, let's say, if you consider the winning trade and losing trade, 80, at least 83, like more 80 to 85. It depends on the account, because most of the accounts trade the same strategy. The average of a success is around 80 to 85.
That's
so it's quite remarkable.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's quite remarkable. Yeah. In fact, I got scaled up my real account with other prop firm. And for example, in the 4 months, I made it at the 10%, and then they scale up my account, my live account. So even on the other pro firm, I don't trade less than 100K, because I think I'm more focused on the volume. I'm in trading like a big account, because I prefer to have like a huge capital to trade, like 500,000 or 600, like that, then and trade like 1-2% a month. So, and I try to keep the risk low. So keeping the risk low and make around the 20% a year, I think is really great. So I know a lot of traders, especially on YouTube, they show that they make huge money. Even there are some traders that make huge payout. But actually, it's nice to get this money, but at the end of the day, it's impossible to make all this money during the 1-2 years,
Yeah, exactly.
So in the long run.
So you have a winning rate of around 82%. That's quite remarkable. So what about your risk-reward ratio?
Okay, so usually when I enter in the trade, let's say if I need to make, for example, like 40 pips in a trade or 30 pips in a trade, all the time I put for example, the stop loss, double than that. So usually, for example, to make, I'll give an example, like $30, $30 in the profit, I don't risk more than 10, so it's 1 free.
All right.
So this is the risk reward, Usually I prefer, to trade with the low risk, to keep even the drawdown, because drawdown is the most important indicator for a trader. So let's say in a year, trading this strategy with the low risk, even on my real account, because I have also some on my accounts on my FX book or other provider, where I can track all my performance. And usually on the real account with the low risk, I try to keep the drawdown around the 5 to 7%. And the return is like 20, 25. So as you can see, the drawdown is 1/3 of my profit.
All right.
So if the drawdown is 7%, I try to make more than 20.
So the average risk-reward ratio is kind of like more than 1 to 3.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. So now the last question: what's the biggest profit you made on a single trade in FundedNext?
Okay, so in FundedNext, I had 1 month. I was really making, good money. At the moment, of course, the payout, I'm not gonna get 90% because I'm trading, the initial phase of the Express account. So my target is to reach 25%. But in a month, I made around, if I remember correctly, $9,000 to $10,000, in a month.
That's amazing.
So at the moment, this $9,000, I got paid $1,500, and this is make me like a lot of, I push with a lot of motivation to finish this Express account, but that takes my time. I don't go like under pressure, because I know when I will get fully funded with FundedNext with the $300,000, I will make a very nice profit. I will cash in like $15,000 or $20,000 a month. So this is my, this is my target.
As you were mostly trading, sorry for interrupting. As you were mostly trading AUDNZD, NZDCAD. So in that case, what's the biggest profit you made on a single trade with these pairs in FundedNext?
On the single trade. Okay, on the single trade, I made around, it was almost $1,000 in a trade.
That's amazing. $1,000 with a single trade.
Yeah, but as you can see, on my accounts, I'm not trading more than, open some position, but I'm not trading more than 2 lots, 3 lots, I trade only exceptionally, some like 4 or 5 lots, when the market is really, I know the good probability the market is going to go to my direction. But usually, as I told you, every trade, I try to make the same amount of profit. because I want to make consistent. That's why when you ask me what is the biggest is not really differ from the other trade, because usually every trade I cash in around $50, $60, I prefer to to work
on the
in that way to make a consistency.
Yeah.
I'm not into to make like a record, to make a lot of money in one trade or in one day. This is my philosophy of trading.
All right.
I mean, if I trade my own account, I will give you an example. If I trade my own account and I want to take in consideration the leverage and use the leverage fully, then it's a different story. But as you know, when you trade with the prop firm, you have a stop loss. That you cannot lose more than 5% in a day.
Yes.
Then you don't have margin to make. To increase the risk. And I don't want to increase the risk, because I know when I increase the risk, you can make a good money, but then you go into drawdown. Especially nowadays, there are one news after the other, and sometimes you can get stopped out really quickly.
All right. So it was really nice having this interview with you, and to be honest, someone who is in this market for a while and actually consistently profiting from prop trading, that's really remarkable to hear. So before we conclude this interview, could you please share your experience with FundedNext in Italian?
In Italian?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like Italian language?
Yeah, I simply love Italian language. At the same time, it's gonna be really helpful for all the Italian audiences as well. So yeah.
Okay. You have a lot of Italians, yeah?
Following. Yeah.
Okay. No, okay. I can tell them in Italian roughly what is my goal, and maybe like a piece of advice. Can I say in Italian to them?
Yeah, sure. Carry on.
Ok. Ho una grande esperienza nel trading negli ultimi anni. Quello che voglio consigliare ai trader è di conservare sempre un risk management e comunque focalizzarsi sempre sulla psicologia, insomma, di focalizzarsi sempre di avere una visione del mercato e sapere cosa si vuole, programmare il trading e cercare sempre di migliorarsi, insomma, di non abbattersi mai, e questo voglio dire, insomma.
Thank you for your time.
No problem.
Thank you, Guiliano, and it was really nice, really a big honor talking to you, and hopefully we're going to disperse a lot of help to you soon. Thank you. Cheers, mate. Thank you,
Rifat.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
We just interviewed one of our veteran traders from Italy who has 82% winning rate with an experience of over 18 years. Just like this, a lot of traders are getting subscribed to FundedNext. So until next video, stay safe and take care.